Hi there. Today I want to show you how to use Jamboard. So Jamboard is a Google app, easy to launch. It's like a whiteboard and you can work in real time with a group of all your participants. So it's a great way to collaborate. I was just using it the other day for a large group of teachers answering different questions, around 40, and it worked great. So today I'm going to be showing you how this works, and I'll do some side-by-side in comparison to show you with it working in live time with two windows open at the end. So let's get started with Jamboard today on Teachers Tech. So the first step, I just want to show you where you access Google Jamboard. You need to be logged in to access it, so into your account. I'm just going to go up to the apps, Google Apps up here, and just click in the top right hand corner, and I'm going to go down. You can see Jamboard is right here. Remember, you can move these around. If you wanted to have them in a different location for easy access, you can drag these around. So I could go ahead and click on Jamboard, open it from there, and it's going to show me any previous Jamboards that I've worked on. You can also, if you're logged in, you can type jamboard.google.com and it will get there too. You can also, I'm just going to open another window here. This time I'm just going to go over to Google Drive and click on Google Drive. Previous ones are stored, so this is the one that I was just started this video with, and it's right here, and I can click on it and open it from Google Drive too, so any previously saved ones. The other place you're going to find it is right inside Google Meet now. So they have it. Once you've started your meeting, you can go ahead and launch it right within Google Meet, and it will send out inside chat a link for everybody, all the participants, that they can click on, and it's shared with them, and you can start from there, but it'll save it back into your drive. So that's where you access Google Jamboard. So I'm just going to go ahead now and start a new Jamboard, and to do this I'm going to hit the orange plus here, new Jam. Go ahead, click on that, and it will open up. So this first part, I just want to go over the different tools and just some of the settings that you can have on here. So if we look on the left hand side over here, these are going to be different tools that we can grab. So I'm going to just start and work my way down here. We have a pen. So if we take the pen, we can draw with it. You can see it's just black here. But if I click and hold down, I have some options. If I want a highlighter, a brush, you can pick these different ones, a marker, and you can adjust the color, and you can get more of what you want. So if you had different people working on different colors, you can tell them to pick a certain one so you can distinguish between the difference. We have our eraser here. So with your eraser, you can just go over top of this. Now remember, when everybody's shared together, people can erase other people's things. So that's one of the downsides of this if someone writes. So you got to have a good collaborative environment with rules set up with this so everybody knows. This here is our select tool. So if I'm going to pick this. If I go ahead and select something, I'm going to put something in, and then I'll go back and select it. So I'm going to jump down to the sticky note, and the sticky notes we can put in. You can use them for a lot of different things. If you are putting a picture in with the questions, and these go in, so you can see if I go ahead and select it, I can select it and I can move it around. I can grab it and twist it if I want, and I can change the sizing too. Check, anytime you see these three little dots, there's more information you can see where you can edit, duplicate, or delete. So if I was going to go back, I can still do more things. I can change the color. I could write something else or delete it and make those changes there. So the sticky notes can be an easy way for all the participants to add some information. Again, you can color code it to do it. Now, as I go down, you can see below the sticky note is the add image. Now, there's a few different ways that I like to use add image here. I'm just going to go and click on this. You can see you can upload from your computer. So if I go and select from my computer, and I'm just going to go to my downloads here and grab an image and upload it. this will upload it to my Google Drive, and then I can place it in. So there's the image that will come through. And remember, this image will show on everybody's Jamboard. They'll see this. You can resize this just like with the sticky notes. You can move it around, you can twist it. Now I like to use the images. What I'll do sometimes is take a snapshot of a PDF and bring it in. So as an example, if I go back and I'll just go this time to my Google Drive, you can see you can even do a search in here. So if I was looking for something to add, I could add these images too. So do the search. I'm just going to go to my Google Drive, and I'm just going to take this snapshot of a PDF that I had. So I'm going to open that, and I'm just going to move it around. I'm going to just delete this here. You can see delete, and I'm going to move it over here. So I'm going to stretch it out, make it a little larger. So maybe I had multiple students working on this and I could get them to fill it out. They could use their pens, so they could write down the answer. So they could write maybe like cheerful for here, but they could also use a text box on top of it. So I'm going to just skip by the shape here and text box. So if I just draw a text box and then I write cheerful, I can move this around too. So if I click on it and I can twist it, I can line it up better. So different students could go through and complete this with the different, with all filling this in together as a collaboration project. So one thing I wanted to point out too with this, if I bring this over, notice it's in front of this. So you can change the order of different things too. So let me bring in a shape here. I'm going to bring in a shape. You can see all the different shapes here. I'll just bring in a circle, draw my circle to the size that I want. Up here, I can change more colors up here. There's the outline. This would be the fill. So I have some colors. If I go and put this, so notice now the circle is in front of cheerful. You can change the order if you're not seeing anything. So on these objects, if I click, there's order. So do I want it send to back, send backward? So let's send backwards. And now the circle is behind. So if you're seeing something come up in front or behind, you can change the order with any of these. When I click on it, see the dots, and there is order to it. You get some options of what you would like. Now this at the bottom here is our laser pointer. So the laser pointer, so if you're trying to explain something, as you go through it, you notice it disappears, but I can draw attention to a certain point of this, and then people maybe watching on the frame will be able to see where you're pointing out. Maybe you're going back after and pointing out to somebody's answer and circling it, and so they can follow exactly what you're looking at. So these are just the tools inside Jamboard, and there's a few more things I'm going to show you to make your Jamboards even a little bit more interesting. So moving from the tools on the left here, I just want to look at the top at some of the different functions we have. Notice that we do have a zoom tool here. So if I click on it, select it, I can zoom up. You can have some different options of where you want to go to. So if I just want to go back to fit, it goes back to where I had it before. Now there's a background too. We can pick different background styles. So maybe before we even started, you wanted to set up different backgrounds. Maybe you wanted some lines in the back. You can see that this isn't transparent, so the lines don't show behind this one. I'm just going to zoom back out so you can see the lines a little bit, but I'll go back to fit. Now we also have clear frame. So if I click clear frame, it takes everything off very, very quickly. You don't have to select things individually. We have our undo. So maybe you do want it back. You can quickly put things back together. Now, moving over to the middle here, this is where we create our new frames. If we go ahead and create frame, notice it went from 1 out of 1 to now we're on 2 out of 2. And we can go on more and more. And this way you could maybe break it up with different, telling different students. You could number your slides and put a question on it and tell groups to go answer certain questions. There's many ways that you can break this up, but this is where you would create your next frame, and you can keep creating them. And over here, if I just look at these more actions, if we click on them, we can rename, and I haven't named this yet, so if I was going to go rename, I could click up here also and then click on, this is my demo Jamboard here, and then I have a name. So it could make it easier to find where it is in your Google Drive by searching. But if I go back to these, I can download as a PDF. I can download this as a PDF and look through, so all the work that all the students do, you can have that PDF afterwards to see that collaboration. You could save the frame as an image. So if I was going to save this, it would save this complete one as an image, and you can see where I can remove or make a copy. Now, an important part of Jamboard, if you're using Meet, it will make the share options there, but with whoever the group is. But in this case, you need to share this out too. So if I go to share with the group, this is where you can put in individual students. So if I was going to start sharing, or maybe there's a group in here, do pay attention to this right here. So do you want them to be an editor or a viewer? Now you only have those two choices. So if you want them to be truly collaborating, you need to make them an editor on this. Without with just viewers, if they just have viewer, they won't be able to change and add to it. So, but do know they can delete things on it. So it's important for them to understand, you know, what you're trying to achieve with the collaboration too. Then I could go ahead and send it, and then that student would be able to access it. And inside Google Meet, like I said, they can just click on the inside the comments, that link that's automatically generated. So this gives you the overview. Let's put some side-by-side comparison to see what's happening if I'm working on one and what happens with the other. So on the left here, I have the Jamboard that I created. So let's say I'm the teacher, and on the right, I've opened up a different account to somebody I shared it with, and this is what it looks like. You can see, and then I'm just going to go double click and open it up. So what I want to point out, I'm going to just work on a few different ones so you can see. If I go to the laser pointer to just test it out, if I circle it like this, wait a moment, you notice there is a slight delay to it, and it comes through in a different color. So if I circle this again, you can see it happening over there with a slight delay. I can use my text tool, put something up here, and if I put text, and right there you notice that there's a purple thing identifying that somebody is there about to write. So if I click off it over here, it appears on it. So I'll do that again. If I use my text tool and I draw the box, you can see over on the right hand side that it marks that a person's writing something, hello, but until I click off of it, it won't show up. So when I click off there, and now I can see it and it pops open. With any of the things that I put in, if I was going to put in, let's do just a quick Google search here. We'll just do ice cream here again. And I'll just put this one in and select, add an image, and it goes through. And the person on the other side could do the same thing. So if I take the pen, notice that it shows up on the other one. Even if I created as a student more Jamboards here, it will show up. Now it's 4. So if the student is drawing something over here, it will show up if I go to 4 over here. So they do have access to everything to add and to even to delete, because if I go back over to the first slide, if I was selecting this image and I could hit delete, and it's going to disappear now. So do know that thing. I just want to stress that that can happen. This is a great collaboration tool that works well with many participants in here, and you can get a lot of great collaboration happening. So I hope you like this walkthrough of this demo of Jamboard. Like I said, I've used it recently with a group of 40 teachers, and it worked great. Even in the internet was a little bit slower too, and it worked quite well to collaborate with questions. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.